Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Sorry about that, I just kind of lost my voice there for a second. Alright, so in the last episode we did the Eastern Palace. Damn it, I'm being attacked by these Stalfos. We got ourselves the Pendant of Courage, and now we're going to head over to the Elder, because the Elder said that once we got the Pendant of Courage we have to go back to see him. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And we'll probably get quite a few things done in this episode. I don't know what exactly those things are, because there are quite a lot of things we'll be able to do now once we've spoken to this guy, because the Elder will give us an item after we speak to him, which will enable us to unlock secret areas and stuff. Oh, you got the Pendant of Courage. Now I will tell you more of the legend. 3 or 4 generations ago, an order of knights protected the royalty of the Hylia. These knights of Hyrule were also guardians of the Pendant of Courage. Unfortunately, most of them were destroyed in the Great War against evil that took place when the 7 wise men created their seal. Among the descendants of the knights of Hyrule, a hero must appear. I see. In the end, I believe you should get the remaining pendants and carry this with you. This is a treasure passed down by the families of the wise men. I want you to have it. Right, so now this is the Pegasus Boots. It doesn't work like it does in Ocarina of Time. It works like it does in Minish Cap, pretty much. He gives you the Pegasus shoes. Now you can execute a devastating dash attack. Hold the A button for a short time. A helpful item is hidden in the cave of the east side of Lake Hylia. Get it! Right, so we gotta go get this item that he's talking about in Lake Hylia. Well, that's down at the southeastern portion of Hyrule. We're not gonna go there yet, though, because there is something much more closer that we can get with the Pegasus Boots now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that before we head down, or before we make our little trek down to Lake Hylia. There's also a fairy fountain that I should point out. If you want to get some fairies in your bottles, there is a fairy fountain nearby the dungeon, and it's that way. So if you keep going down that way and go down south, once you get right down to the end of that passageway, you'll find a cave down there with a bunch of fairies that you can get in your bottle. Alright, so we're going to head up to the graveyard now. And I'll show you which, because there are specific stones that you can ram into with your Pegasus Boots, because you can tell the difference between ones that you can ram with your Pegasus Boots, and you can tell the difference between the ones that you have to lift up with your mitts, which you'll be getting later on. Like, these are the ones you should be lifting up with your mitts. You can't actually run into those ones. They're not ones you use to get through by using Pegasus Boots. I don't know which way we're going right now, because I don't know what's the quickest way to the graveyard from here. Like, I've completely forgotten the map already. Alright. I think we can get there from here, so basically we will just be heading over to Kakariko Village, going this way, I think. So we're going to cut through Hyrule Castle here, even though there are going to be a bunch of enemies. Tough enemies, actually. I don't think we've actually came across those knights before, but they're the toughest knights that you can fight, I think, besides the ones that have the ball and chain. You'll be seeing more of those ones later, the ones with the ball and chain. Where we got the big key from in Hyrule Castle to unlock the prison cell that kept Princess Zelda hidden. Yeah, you'll be fighting more of those later on in Hyrule Castle, because we will be making a revisit to it. Damn it. Stupid knights, get away from me. Well, yeah, we're almost here now, where I wanted to go, which is good. And I don't think there's anything we can do in Kakariko Village anyway, at this point. I don't think there actually is anything we need to do in Kakariko Village throughout the whole game, in the Light World anyway, because I think we've gotten everything from there. That's just more... Kakariko Village is more of a place to restock on your items, like potions and stuff. I don't really find it as a place where you have to keep revisiting to get items, because you pretty much get everything from there at the start of the game. You found a piece of heart, so now we need one more piece of heart to assemble a full heart container. I don't know where that other heart container... Oh, actually, yeah, I do know where another heart container is, so we're going to go ahead and get that now, and then we'll have a full heart container ready to take on the desert dungeon. And trust we need as much heart containers as we can get for that boss, because I'm telling you right now, I'm probably the worst player at that boss. I suck at it. Well, I'm not as bad as... I would say I'm much worse at the 3rd dungeon boss, to be honest with you. The Light World boss fights are actually quite surprisingly tough compared to the Dark World ones. Like, I find some of the ones in the Dark World ridiculously easy. Alright, so now we're going to slash out these bushes because it will reveal a secret hole that we need to go into. We're going to go into the hole here. That's what she said. Oh god, how many jokes have you made that on your channel now? You found a piece of heart. Your heart level increased. Sweet. So yeah, make sure you come here. You could actually do this at the start of the game. It doesn't really matter when you do it. Just make sure you do it before you go to the second dungeon, because that's when difficulty will start arising. Especially when you get to the boss. The dungeon itself isn't difficult. The dungeon itself is probably the easiest dungeon in the Light World. Much easier than the Eastern Palace anyway. Because there aren't really that many enemies in there. It's a very small dungeon compared to some of the dungeons in the Dark World are actually a real challenge. Like, I struggle with the dungeons in the Dark World. I don't really struggle with the ones in the Light World. The ones in the Light World are ridiculously easy. Dungeon-wise, it's just that the bosses are quite tough. So you have an easy dungeon with a tough boss, but then you have a tough dungeon with easy bosses. In the Dark World, that is anyway. There are a few bosses in the Dark World I did struggle with, like Blind. In the 4th dungeon, I struggled with him. Because... well, I'm not going to spoil it. I've spoiled quite a lot in this video. I don't really want to go ahead and spoil anymore. But considering that there are 2 versions of this game now, A Link Between Worlds, and like they've released this game on Virtual Store how many times now? I think they've even released it on the Wii U Virtual Store as well as the original Wii. But you can't actually purchase games from the Wii shop on the original Wii anymore because the Wii isn't online, because they took online down, like they did with the original Xbox Live. They took that down in 2010, I think it was. Wow, 2010, holy crap. Yeah, it must have been, because I remember it when it got took down, because I used to play Conquer Live and Reloaded online. That was like one of my favourite games to play online. I'd always go online on that. And even after all those years, 5 years from when it came out, people still played it online. It was ridiculous. So it just goes to show how like popular that game must have been online back in 2005 when it first came out. I can see why though, because that game was just that game was probably the most addictive game that I've ever played online. I will soothe your wounds and comfort your weariness. Close your eyes and relax. Okay, madame. There you go, we got ourselves our full hearts back. Which is exactly what I need, because I know that I'm probably going to struggle on the way to the cave on Lake Hylia. Which will give us an item that I'm not going to use as much in the LP. The only time you'll probably ever see me use it is when I have to use it. Because obviously it's an item you'll have to use. They won't make you have an item that you won't have to use, apart from the Cane of Burnia or whatever it was. I don't know what the actual pronunciation of that is. I don't actually know what like cane is used for, to be honest with you. But yeah, this game's been out on so many different platforms. It's been out on the Game Boy. It's been out on Virtual Console. It's been out on the Super Nintendo, obviously. They've remade it on the 3DS, but it's not the same. I wouldn't say A Link Between Worlds is the same as this game, because it isn't. Like the Light World Overworld, sure, the Light World Overworld is the same in, like, it's an updated replica of this, but the Dark World is kind of the same, but it's not. It's like got new adjustments to it, and the way how you go to the Dark World is also different to this game. You don't have to use a mirror in that game to traverse between the Dark World and the Light World to the Dark World. Right, so obviously we need to use our bow and arrow here to get rid of these, because they are out of reach. Can't use our sword to get those. I forgot what's actually in here, to be honest. I don't think there's anything special in here. Hang on. Oh, are you kidding me? I've run out of arrows. Well, we're going to have to use bombs then, because I have nothing else to use. And I hope I don't have to use bombs. And I pressed the wrong button. I was meant to pick it up. How do I pick items up? Oh, like that? Okay. Well, I'm definitely not going to get it with the one bomb then. Maybe I might. No, I'm not. He managed to get away from that. Okay, so, well, we might come across some arrows we can pick up on the way, hopefully. I'll stay away. I hate those crows. Anything that flies in any game is annoying. Like those vultures in Donkey Kong Country. Yeah. The return of the evil crows. Vultures, whatever. Oh, no, dude, don't go jumping in the water. I don't think if you jump in the water in this game, I don't think you lose health. So don't worry if you jump in the water, you're not going to lose any health from it. It's just that you can't swim. So there really is no point. I think I got fairies because I don't have any fairies. Oh my god, right, okay. That's kind of scary. I don't have any fairies, I thought I did. So if I die, I die. That's game over. Oh yeah, game over, guys. I just got a... damn it. I should have came more equipped to this episode. And I should have gone to that fairy fountain that I pointed out. That's right outside the Eastern Palace, but I didn't. Oh well. Alright, so we can start from the Sanctuary or Indiana's house. Well, I'm going to start from here and I'm going to make a cut. So I will see you guys pretty much where I died. So I will see you then. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, right, I got my fairies and everything. I went to the fairy fountain that I pointed out outside the Eastern Palace. I'm hiding behind a rock because those Zoras are trying to shoot friggin' fireballs at me. Everyone wants to kill me, man. No. No! No! What the hell? Oh, you idiot. No! No! I need bombs! I need bombs! Oh my god, how much of a dumbass could you be? How much of a dumbass? Seriously. I forgot that you needed bombs. And I don't have any. I wasted them on those stupid mold worms in that cave. Right, so I guess I'm going to have to make another cut. So, I will see you once I've got some bombs. No fear, I have bombs. Right, so now we can finally go into this cave. Alright, so... And if you want to go into this side of the cave, you can find a fairy fountain. There's also something else pretty... I wouldn't say it's... No, it's not unique at all. I don't even know what boss this thing works on at all. But if you run into this statue right here, you can get a golden bee. And if you catch this in a bottle, it's apparently supposed to help you fight the bosses. But I've used it on every single boss in the game, I think. I even used it on... Well, yeah, I used it on pretty much every other boss in the game, and it doesn't work on any of them. I haven't found one that it works on, so whether it's just a useless item or something, I don't know. They just put it in there for a joke or something to keep your hopes up that, you know, you have an ally to help you fight against bosses, but then it turns out that the ally becomes completely useless. Alright, so now we're going to use the bombs to blow open this side of the cave, which is our main point of interest, because this is where the chest is hidden on this side. As you can see, if you went on the other side, you couldn't get through, and you can't get through this side anyway. You can't push the blocks or anything to get through, so you have to go and bomb out the other side of the cave to get to this chest right here. And we got ourselves the ice rod, so yeah, that's that. Right, got the ice rod. And you also get the fire rod too, but that'll come later on in the game. You don't actually find that in a cave, you actually find that in a dungeon, but I'm not going to point out which dungeon it is. Right, so you know what guys, I'm going to end off the episode here and continue on in the next episode. So in the next episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, we shall make our way over to the second dungeon. So until then, this is NDM saying thanks for watching, take everybody, see you in the next video, and goodbye.